All right, and welcome to another episode of Carla. So in this episode, I've had, a few packages turn up. Let's just say this is the moment we've been waiting for. So, alloy engine plate. I have a mid plate, and in this episode, we're going to modify them to fit the engine bay, and we'll modify this one to fit the turbo headers and the front, and then we'll modify the mid plate to get the gearbox mounted and everything. So stay tuned, because this is going to be a beaut. We should be able to get the engine in here and see where we're at.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, I'm the one to get it, bruh. I swear to God I'll get it, bruh. Hey, I ain't never giving up. Yeah, I never give up. I got this, man, I got it. I will not quit, I'm on it. Never rock it. Got the block lit, I'm toxic. Spitting logic.
Alright, so they got the engine plate bolted to the engine. I'm just going to pull the spark plugs out of here, because as you can see, I'm going to try and get this to sit down where we want it and butt it up against the plate. Then I'm hoping to get some form of trace around it, but unfortunately the spark plugs are in the way and they're holding me up. So I'll probably remove all bar the front one, and then I'll trace that, and we will get a rough idea on where to cut, and then I'll do it on the other side, and we'll see how we go. Alright, so that's given us a rough position. I'll take that off now, and I'll lay it down on the bench. I'll sit the manifold on top and I'll trace the rest, and then I'll start cutting it out. I'll probably start with a hole, and then I'll just use my air saw and just cut around that and see how we go with it all. So I'll get into that, and then we'll bolt it back on, and we'll try and bolt the manifolds on and see how it looks, see how close we are, and then we'll go from there. Alright, got the squares cut out on the engine plate. I've already tried to slide the manifold through, and it does. So they'll suit for now. I'll just go and get it mounted to that now, and then we will try and mount the manifolds on there and see how it all goes and looks. There might be some modifying, but we'll soon find out. Let's see how we go. Alright, a few little fitment issues. So you can see here the primaries are hitting. So I'll have to just take them out, sort them. And then this side almost fits. Goes through. The spacing's good enough, and that goes through. But there's just a tiny little bit where it's fouling out on the bottom here. So I'll have to open that up too, and then they should fit in and be right. So I'll do that, and then we'll try and fit this again.
A few moments later.
All right, take two. Take two. that hitting anywhere? Yes. Yes, it is. That's okay. I can sort that on the engine. Seems to be hitting just on this edge, so I'll just quickly take that off and down. We'll get some clearance. Alright, let's see how that goes now. Looks better. Got about 3 mil clearance in it now, which is what we're after. Clearance. Now you're probably wondering, but Chris, this is still full length. You're going to have to cut it down to fit the engine bay. And you're right. But the reason why I've done it like this is so these odd shapes will fit the manifold. Doesn't matter which way it goes. And then when we do go to put it in the engine bay, we can bring it down. We can mark where it's going to sit. And stuff like that, where we can put our brackets and angle and stuff to bolt this to the body, and then we can go from there. So we'll see. I figured if I get this done first, get the shapes the way we want it, and that way all we've got to do is cut out enough for the mounts and put it in. So that's in case if you're wondering why I'm doing this first. It's just, I know it's a longer way around, but it should work out fine. Right, the troublesome one. I think we've just cleared that. Well, it looks like it. This bolt looks like it's going to be a pain to get in the front header. That'll be a ratchet spanner underneath. Job. But that clears. Oh no, fouls out in that top corner there. Ever so slightly. That clears. All the bottom clears, so it's just that corner. Alright. That's okay. Rome wasn't built in a day. This is what fitting's all about. That's what fitting is all about. Get the shaver out. It's only just hitting. So we're only just hitting in this corner here. So I'll shave that off. Let's try that again. That's better. Not much there. But all this has to come apart again anyway, so. See if I can get a ratchet spun up. Alright. Yeah. There's only like a mil or two in it there, but don't forget there'll be a gasket on there too, so that'll bring it out a bit. But there we go, engine plate fit. All right, nice. So now I'll set Carla up and I'll get her ready to roll on her wheels so I can move it back and forth in front of the crane. Get a chain. And we can start trying to get this bad boy to sit in there. So that'll probably do it for this episode. I know it's only short and sweet and not a lot done, but yeah, it's just going to be slow and steady from here on out. So make sure you like, subscribe and share. Stay tuned, and I'll see you next time.